One of the most important things about Erzberg is the prologue, and the ironic thing is it's the total opposite end of the spectrum. It's just high speed, flat out, top gear. It's it's a complete contrast to the race itself, but it's so important because the better time you get in the prologue, you save yourself a lot of traffic in the race itself, and ultimately you want to be on the first row. Just top gear sliding from corner to corner, cliff edge one side, cliff face on the other. There's one thing that was concerning me about being on the Husky, and it's the fact that I don't have an electric start this year. And last year that was my best friend. Originally, it's got a little kickstart on it, and you try and just start it like any other bike with your foot on there, and it generally won't go every time, but basically you just get a swing up. And again, on the start line, that's pretty much, well, it's the most important thing, is getting off the line. It's a matter of getting the thing fired up, clutching it and out of there all in one motion, and trying to beat the 50 other guys that are just about to push you out of the first corner. So this is basically just a stock out of the box WR250 two-stroke, same as last year. Fit the full wraparound bark busters. You depend on them like you anchor the bike into the side of the hill, and the bike gets trashed. No matter what happens, it's going to take a beating. And the wraparound bark busters just protect your levers from getting damaged. I mean, they fold up and down, and literally, if you break a clutch lever at Erzberg, you've got no clutch control. Your event's over. There's no way you could get through an event like that by just nursing it without a clutch, or even a front brake. You've got to have, no matter what, your clutch, your brakes, they have to be working, because the hills are so steep. As far as the pipe goes, last year I didn't run a pipe guard. The pipe was smashed to bits. It was just hanging in there, but it didn't affect the bike's power, and it wasn't an issue. So I'm not concerned about running a pipe guard or anything. I think I've got a bit of a skid plate that should just, this is quite well tucked away anyway, the water pump. There's one issue with the rocks. If you puncture the radiators, it's all over. You get pretty much guaranteed to bend the discs. So actually, I didn't even have a shifter last year. I found a spectator who was out on the course who had one, and I managed to straighten it and get going again. I hit a steel railway radiator coolant, which is it's called Evans radiator coolant, and they claim that it just absolutely will not boil, and that is a big key to getting through, because last year I must have boiled the bike 6 or 7 times. I had coolant steam just pouring up through my face. And this is the standard FIM street legal tyre, and as pathetic as they look with the tiny little knobs, they're actually good, especially on the hill climbs. They sort of allow enough wheel spin to keep the motor in its power zone, but there's still enough traction to keep the thing pushing forward, because you want the tyre to work like a trials tyre, where it just folds itself around the rocks and grips it. Basically, tractability on the rocks, especially if it rains, is everything, and you depend on that little crucial point of traction.